Okay, here we go. Today we have on our Google Classroom an assignment called Photoshop Beginner Assignments. Now, there's actually three parts to this assignment: red eye correction, cropping, and healing brush. Now, each one has its own picture that's assigned to it. For red eye correction, there is the Internet Baby picture. For cropping, there's the Photobomb family picture. And for healing brush, there's the brick wall picture. What I need you to do is click on each picture, so for instance the Internet Baby, then right click on the image and hit Save Image As. You want to save this as Internet Baby, and we want to save it in that Photoshop folder that we've made. So we're going to scroll down over here. If we can't find it, we know it's on our desktop, so we'll click there, and then here it is, Photoshop folder. Okay, I've already got the two others saved, so I'll just save the Internet Baby, and I'm good to start. So, what are we doing? Well, red eye correction, okay? Easiest trick to perform in Photoshop. It's got step-by-step instructions. If you're following along with this video, just pause and type in numbers and perform tasks as I do them, and try to keep up with the video. So, we got to create a new file, name it red eye correction. So we'll go to File, New, Blank File, red eye correction. It's got a specific size as well. It says it wants us to be in inches. We've got to set width to 12.306. Notice that that is an extremely accurate number, so make sure that you do 12.0306. Height to 6.944. 6.944. Okay, and click OK. Easy enough. Here's our canvas. It says next that we want to click File, Place, select Internet Baby from the desktop from our Photoshop folder. So we're going to do File, Place. We're going to grab the Internet Baby, and here it is. Now, I'm going to skip the next step showing you on the paper. It's going to tell you, hey, notice that it's in the middle of the screen. We actually want it to be on either side. We don't want it to be directly in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it to the left. Okay, and when you've got it in place all the way to the left, go ahead and hit the check mark, and notice it clears up a bit as well. You're going to have to do the same thing, File, Place. We're going to do a second one. Perfect, we've got the side by side. Okay, so we've placed those in. It says rename the layer created by your second placed image to correction. So this is where we've got the layers over here on the right hand side of the screen. And if we just double click on the name of one, we can rename it. Okay, so we've got correction over here. Next, left click and hold the Spot Healing Brush tool, the one that looks like this. And a drop down menu will appear and select Red Eye Tool. Well, luckily for us in this version of Photoshop, we've got the Red Eye Removal tool right here. So it's actually directly above the Spot Healing Brush. So we're going to click that. We're going to make sure that we're clicked on our correction layer. And all you have to do is click on the pupils in the picture. And Photoshop will automatically correct those from red to black for you. Okay. Your correction is complete. We've just got to save this file as red eye correction into our Photoshop folder, and we can move on to the next one. So we're going to do save. It's already called red eye correction. We're good to go. Okay. So then we can do a file, close. Alright, next we've got the cropping assignment. Now this one's really easy. All you've got to do for this one is go File, Open. We're going to do File, Open this time instead of a blank file. We're going to open the Photobomb family photo. Okay. Now you'll notice here, Mom and Sister are taking a nice picture, and crazy Uncle whoever in the background decides to photobomb. So we want to remove him from this nice picture. What we're going to do is select this cropping tool right here. And all you have to do is click and drag a box around the area that you would like to keep. Okay, it will shade in areas that's going to get rid of, and everything else will be highlighted. Now notice you can move these boxes around if you want to make it more even on both sides, so that there's not too much extra scenery to the left here. So I'm going to just move it in a little bit, and that looks pretty good. I hit the check mark. Alright, we're good to go. All you have to do is go ahead, give it a save, call it Photobomb Family, and this is important. So the format here, it says it's a JPEG right now. We want to actually switch this to a Photoshop file. Okay, to a Photoshop file. Okay, now we're good. So we can do a close. Last but not least, this is the toughest one here, the healing brush. So we've got to open a new file. It says set width and height to inches. We're going to go width 703, height 4.542. So let's go ahead and do that. New blank file. We also want to call this one healing brush. 703. What was the height again? 4.542. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do then a file place in the brick wall. It should be exactly the same size as our canvas. We hit the check mark, we're good to go. We've got this big picture of a brick wall. The next thing that you need to do is you need to come over here to the Spot Healing Brush tool, and we need to hover over this little black arrow in the corner and hold. We don't want Spot Healing Brush, we want regular healing brush. Okay? Now, we can go ahead and make our brush size a little bit bigger. So if we go up to the options menu here and we click this little down arrow, we can choose a little bigger diameter. Okay? And I'm going to say for this assignment, somewhere around 80 to 100 is going to be a good size. Okay? I'm going to choose 100. Now, what this tool does, is it will pick a spot on your image to replicate, and then we can place, so for instance, we can place the bricks up here down over this hole. And what we're going to do is attempt to patch this hole and make it look so that you could never tell that this hole in the wall was ever there. So how do we do it? What I want to do is hover over a corner of a brick here to kind of start the pattern, and I'm going to hold Alt. You'll notice that my cursor changes to this little target icon. If I click, it's going to set that point as where we're copying from. Then all I have to do is come over to a spot where I want to start filling in that pattern, and I just click and hold, and I simply start moving my mouse a little bit to the right, and it's going to basically copy and paste those bricks over to this hole here. Okay? So go real slow, and what I want you to try to do is make it so that it looks like, hey, this brick wall was always here. Okay? You could never tell that there was ever any hole or anything like that. Do the best job you can. Take your time. When you're all said and done, it's going to try to match the shading a little bit. And hey, there you go. It looks like we've got a perfect brick wall. Well, not perfect by any means, but a brick wall without a hole at the very least. Okay? That's what I want you to try to do. When you're done, once again, do a save as. Make sure it's a Photoshop file. Healing Brush is the name. And go ahead and hit save. You're going to upload all 3 of these assignments, the PSD files. You're going to upload them and turn them in to this assignment here. So, lots of stuff to do. Hopefully you get it done quickly. You have your choice of using either the written version or the video that I just made. Good luck, and ask questions if you need help.